They decided to make this girl into a shark bait. Will she manage to survive? Watch this recap of the movie Bait 3D to find out the answer. And spoiler, not all of them will make it out alive. A car pulls up to the ocean shore. A young guy gets out of it and wakes up his friend, who is sleeping soundly in the other car. It's Josh, and it looks like he had a lot to drink last night. His friend offers to have another drink and hands him a bottle with suspicious contents. Smelling the drink, Josh grimaces and complains that it smells like shit. He struggles to take a few sips and drops back into the seat. It seems like he feels really bad. Josh and his friend Rory are lifeguards working on this beach. Josh approaches the shore. At one of the rocks, he stares excitedly at a beautiful girl in a swimsuit. This is his fiancée, Tina. They walk along the beach, embracing each other, and then they kiss gently on the rocks. They look incredibly happy. There's a middle-aged man swimming in the water, and Josh's friend is gliding through the waves on a surfboard. Everything looks perfect, but some silhouette is visible in the water. Judging by the size, a huge shark has appeared on the beach. However, no one has noticed yet. Josh and Tina are chatting about moving to Singapore. The man is swimming and Rory is surfing. Still, the tension is growing with each passing moment. And then, the man abruptly goes underwater, which immediately turns red. The lifeguard on the tower notices this and yells danger, shark. The sirens go off, panic ensues, and everyone runs away from the water. Josh starts a jet ski and rushes to rescue Rory. The guy is not only his best friend, but also Tina's brother. That's when Rory is attacked by a shark. It turns out to be enormous and easily breaks the surfboard into tiny pieces. However, the guy himself remains intact. Josh gets closer and reaches out to his best friend's hand, but he fails to get him out of the water in time. The shark attacks again, and this time the ocean turns red. The predator drags Rory to the bottom. Josh is left alone, still holding only his friend's necklace. The guy screams in despair. He didn't manage to save his friend. It's been a whole year. We see Josh again. The absolutely heartbroken guy is staying at home listening to the news. He's wearing his dad's friend's pendant around the neck. The walls of his room are covered with newspaper clippings about the tragic event. There are also pictures of Rory and Tina. Josh makes a cup of coffee and approaches the window. A strong wind is rising and the dogs begin to howl. It surprises the boy. A flock of birds appears in the sky, and they all look really frightened. One of them almost crashes to Josh himself. Our main character walks past a fancy car with two rather suspicious men wearing dark glasses inside. It looks like they're up to something illegal. The strange car drives to an underground parking lot. Josh enters the supermarket, putting on his uniform on the way. That's where he works now. A dark-haired girl walks into the same supermarket. She takes a shampoo and hides it in her pocket. So she does with the sunglasses. A security guard spots it and rushes after the thief. The girl runs into a warehouse. Meanwhile, another fancy car appears in the parking lot. A handsome guy with curly hair is behind the wheel, accompanied by a glamorous blonde with a small dog in her arms. The guy's name is Kyle, and he suggests his girlfriend having fun right in the car. The doggy goes to the back seat. But Kyle and his girlfriend are not the only people having fun. We see another couple in love in the warehouse. It's Ryan, another supermarket employee, and the same girl, the thief. Her name is Jamie, and she's presenting her boyfriend with the glasses stolen from the supermarket. Ryan isn't too happy about that gift, especially since the security guard and manager show up soon. They demand the girl to reveal the contents of her pockets. They find a pile of stolen goods. Ryan is fired, and Jamie is about to be arrested by the police. And her father shows up. What a twist! A family squabble ensues. Josh heads to the shopping aisles to arrange the drinks. Suddenly, he notices Tina. She also seems unhappy. The boy looks at his beloved with pain. And then, a stranger appears next to her. It looks like Tina has a new boyfriend. Josh walks away with his head down. Haven't you forgotten about the strange car with the suspicious men? Turns out they are robbers who are preparing to attack that very supermarket and are already loading their weapons. Jamie's father, who just put his daughter in the car, notices that. He pulls his gun out of the trunk and follows one of the criminals. The robber puts on a mask and enters the manager's office, shouting, "Give me the money." The manager opens the safe, but it's empty. The offender takes the man hostage and walks towards the cash register. Jamie's father follows him. The officer points the gun at the robber and takes his gun away. But what is this? We hear a shout, drop the gun, and spot the second robber, who has taken one of the women hostage. His face is hidden by a mask, though he looks decisive. Josh, who has been sad in the bathroom during all this time, hears a gunshot. He opens the door and sees the supermarket employee lying on the ground. She shows no signs of life. The offender grabs the second girl, and it's Tina. Josh tries to get closer, and at that very moment, the walls of the supermarket start to shake and food falls off the shelves. It feels like an earthquake, but no, a huge tsunami is sweeping everything in its path. People are panicking and trying to flee from the beaches, as the waves of incredible height and strength are breaking the trees and destroying the buildings. People are panicking, trying to flee from the beaches, and the wave of incredible height and strength is breaking the trees and destroying buildings. The supermarket is also completely flooded. People are desperately grabbing on everything to keep them from being carried away by the wave. The underground parking lot floods, and Ryan's van flips on its side. The only thing that saves Kyle and the blonde is that they are sitting inside the car, and it's pretty airtight. The lights go out all over the place. We see numerous people who no longer show any signs of life floating in the water. The supermarket looks like a flooded garbage dump. Is there even anyone alive? Yes. Josh emerges from the water, and that one robber climbs onto the same box. This is the man who didn't shoot anyone. We also see that the store manager and Jamie's father have also survived, but the policeman is wounded. Someone yells, "Daddy!" Jamie is also alive. She hugs her father and cries. Several more people climb onto the highest shelves. Josh spots Tina in the water. He swims towards her and helps the girl get out of water. There are many bodies floating around her. However, her boyfriend is also alive. The underground parking is completely flooded. Kyle and his girlfriend shout out for help, but there's no one to save them. Ryan also survives, but his car gradually fills with water. The guy breaks the glass and gets out. Josh takes an iron pin out of the policeman's leg and bandages his wound. He advises everyone to look for a way out of the supermarket, while he himself will wait for help, along with Jamie's father. Tina and her boyfriend swim to the main entrance, but it's blocked. Suddenly, something strange happens. One of the bodies suddenly disappears under the water, and the water itself starts moving. Josh yells for everyone to get out of the water right away. Unfortunately, the guard doesn't make it in time. He gets attacked by, yep, you guessed it, a 10-foot-long white shark. Jamie tries to pull the guard out of the water, but there's only his arm left. Everything else has become food for the fish. In the meantime, Ryan tries to find survivors and gets out of the parking lot, yet the exits are blocked and he finds no one alive in the cars. The car with Kyle and the blonde is not so far away from him. The guy asks the girl for her shoe to break the glass. She resents and mockingly opens the sunroof. Kyle gets out and finds Ryan. At this time, the very same white shark swims near the car.
Push!
Panic grows among the survivors in the supermarket. They see the shark's fin again. The predator swims in circles around the boxes and shelves people are sitting on. Another impulse occurs. The electric cables are torn. If they hit the water, everything might burst into flames. Josh is about to swim to the back of the room to turn off the power at the switchboard. The only problem is that he's hurt, and the shark might swim to the smell of blood. So Tina's boyfriend decides to do it instead. They put a metal bar guard around him and bring him down with a snorkel. A shark swims near the guy and doesn't attack him. Apparently the iron cage works. Tina's boyfriend makes it to the back of the room, but the tube is not long enough. Sacrificing himself, the brave young man cuts it off and turns off the power. Without a snorkel, however, he can never get back, and the iron on his body makes it impossible for him to swim to the surface. The boy drowns. A few hours pass. Jamie tries to console Tina and tells her about the loss of her mother, while the surviving criminal finds a knife and attaches it to a stick, thus making a harpoon-like weapon. Meanwhile, the shark attacks the car with Kyle and the blonde again. To save the guys, Ryan tries to distract the predator with everything he finds floating around himself. While the shark rushes to the bait, Kyle and his girlfriend swim to the van, since it's more reliable than the car, which is about to flood. Scared for his life, Kyle throws the dog into the water and it disappears from view. The blonde mourns her loss bitterly. People in the supermarket are pulling a rope, so one person can climb out through the ventilation. They decide that it will be the manager, since he is the skinniest one. However, there are many insects in the tube, so the man falls down and hangs on the rope. At that moment, a shark jumps out of the water and attacks the manager. The man is literally split in half, Everyone screams in fear and horror. Ryan persists in looking for a way out. He tries to climb over the iron pipe to the exit, but falls into the water. The guy swims to his van, though the shark follows him. At that exact moment, Kyle also falls into the water and becomes another prey of the predator. People in the supermarket are desperate. Only the surviving criminal remains resolute. He wants to stab the shark, but for that he needs the hooks. Jamie's father decides to swim for them, but his daughter outruns him and jumps into the water. Everyone starts making noise to distract the predator. The shark swims up to Jamie, and the girl fights it off with an axe. She manages to get the hooks and the bait and successfully manages to get back. The criminal throws a huge piece of meat into the water, but the shark swims by indifferently. And then, one of the surviving men takes a gun out of his pocket. It appears to be the second robber, who managed to take off his mask during the tsunami. He takes one of the women hostage and claims to have found the bait, then hooks her and throws her into the water. A shark appears, but the first robber knocks out his former accomplice, pulls the woman out of the water and turns the second criminal into bait. Immediately, the shark shows up again and takes the bait. Now the predator is on the hook. At this time, Ryan and the blonde are sitting on the roof of the van. Oh, what's this? There's a doggy on one of the boards. It's alive. The blonde is laughing and crying with happiness. People in the supermarket are swimming around in search of a way out. Suddenly, they hear some knocking. It's Ryan banging on the pipe downstairs with all his might. Jamie rushes to save him. Josh swims after her, and Tina even manages to kiss him passionately. Josh and Jamie manage to get down to the underground parking lot. There they find Ryan and the blonde, but the joy of the encounter is immediately replaced by horror. There's a shark in the water. While Jamie distracts it, Josh pulls a gun from the trunk of the father's car. He dives and shoots straight into the open jaw of the predator. The shark is badly injured, but still alive. People are getting out of the flooded parking lot. However, all the exits of the supermarket are blocked. Moreover, another earthquake begins, and pieces of concrete slabs fall from above. And even that's not the worst part. The shark manages to get off the hook, and the gun is out of ammo. Josh finds a way out. He electrocutes the shark, after which the surviving criminal blows up the transformers in the supermarket to make way for escape. Our protagonists finally make it out of the supermarket and see that their city has been completely destroyed. There are rescue helicopters flying in the sky. They have survived. Did you like the recap? Then, quickly give us a like, subscribe to the channel and confidently click on the bell, so as not to miss any new hot recaps. You've been watching the Movie Cat channel. I'll see you later.